Okay, so now we're going to look at how we can do some of those basic computations for central tendency and variation in Excel. So we're going to look at those batteries again, and I've already got the list for battery 1 entered here in this little column. There's a lot more you can do with Excel, and there's a lot of ways you can choose to present this data. The big thing with Excel, it's kind of intimidating, is just how much freedom you have. This is the way I'm doing it, but that doesn't mean this is the way you have to do it. Anyway, this is where I'm placing my set of data, and then over here, I'm going to start doing computations. But again, you can put the slots for that in any cell. It doesn't really matter. But let's start with the basic ones, the mean and the median, where what we're going to do is use defined functions in Excel. So to get that, you hit equals, and then you're going to put in the name for the function, because a lot of this stuff is built in. For the mean, we use the name average, and it should autofill a little bit. And then you put in a open parenthesis to say this is where I'm going to put in the numbers, and then just left click and drag to highlight all the values in your set. And if you do too many, it's not going to make a difference. So like I could make it go, so actually we're going to see it run once, and then if I wanted to, I could adjust this by going up to there, remove the values, and then just drag a much larger selection. As long as I'm not calling the cell with the formula in it, it'll still do what it's supposed to. And you can do the same thing for a median. So equals median, again it's a known function, open parenthesis, highlight the cells, and enter. You can also use this equals mode, but here the mode isn't a meaningful value, so it doesn't tell you anything. And then for variation, it takes a little bit of finagling to do the range, but really you shouldn't need anything to be able to do the range. You should be able to recognize that the range here is 20, but we'll go over that later with other things. Instead, we'll look at how you can do variance. So because variance changes a little bit whether it is a sample or a population, we put equals var, and then if we want population, see this little highlight there, you're going to hit var dot p, variance for population, highlight, and you get the value for the variance, which is quite large, but this is a highly varying data set. Or if you need the variance for a sample, you hit var.s, do the same thing, but you get a bigger number because sample variance is bigger. And then if you want standard deviation, same idea, equals, and then you do stdev, and for us, we want stdev.p for population. So you hit that, make your selections, and get the standard deviation as a population. And then you can do the same thing, equals stdev.s if you need a sample standard deviation, like so. And that's how you run the main computations we'll need for this stuff. And there are other things you can do here, like if you want, you can highlight all of this stuff and make charts with this. Not all of them are nice charts, exactly done the way that we want in here, but you can do that in a different video. I'll show you a little bit with box plots in here, but that's stuff for section 2.5, and we're not quite there yet.